Hey y'all, it's your girl Alaizah. Let me talk to y'all. I'm here with another episode of Enough is Enough. I want to talk about God's feelings on abortion from my heart, how I feel that He feels. Um, I've heard people say, um, "My body, my choice." Men, women, all sorts of different people, been pro-abortion, um, and lots of people have been pro-life. And I want to say there was a time where I was for abortion if it came to the mom's health risk, being at risk, saving her life, or if it was, a rape or incest or something like that. I was for abortion. The only way I wasn't for abortion is if you went out and recklessly had sex and then got pregnant as a result of that, then I wasn't for the abortion. But over time, since I've gotten closer to God, my spirit's gotten more cleansed. God has pruned me, been pruning me, as the saying is, transitioning my soul uh, through a spiritual cleanse of re-cleansing my soul again, reforming me, so to speak. I feel that all abortion is wrong, that no abortion is good, because abortion is killing an unborn baby. An unborn baby that the moment the egg and the sperm meet, the baby's created. It's like two halves of a soul. The sperm from the father and the egg from the mother, they meet, they form together, create one soul, one baby. So whether it's 5 minutes, 5 days, or 5 weeks past gestation, conception, however you want to put the word, it doesn't matter. You're still killing an unborn baby. It's still committing murder. You're murdering that baby. And what does God say in His law of 10 commandments, His fifth law and His law of commandments? Thou shalt not kill. So that commandment applies directly to abortion as well. Thou shalt not kill. Abortion is killing God's gift. Now, like I said, if you want to remove your breast, or you want to make them bigger or make them smaller, or remove this or make your nose bigger, nose smaller, lips, eyes, whatever you want to do. Penis enlargement, penis reduction, whatever you want to do. Butt implants, whatever you want to do. That is you and your body itself. But when you go and have a procedure that terminates a child, when you terminate the pregnancy, you're terminating the child's life. You can't terminate that pregnancy without terminating that child's life. So you're terminating that child's life. You're killing that child. If you don't want to have the baby, if you don't want to look at the baby because it's a product of rape, don't take it out on the baby. Don't punish the baby. That baby is a test from God. God wants to see if you can love that baby enough to at least give it life and give it up for adoption to someone who can love it for the rest of its life and always look at the baby, or to see if you can love the baby enough your own self to keep the baby yourself, or to see if you'll fail His test and abort that baby and break His fifth commandment, because that's exactly what abortion is. Abortion is killing God's gift. That's exactly what it is. There's no way around it. No way whatsoever around it. I mean, here's an example here. Say you have a person and they're just a clean, well, let's use this title. They're clear, they're a virgin. Nothing, no wrongdoing, sin, nothing, anything whatsoever. They're completely pure. Pure cleanse, pure. And the devil inserts himself inside them and leaves a demon spirit there. Well, what do you do when you don't want that demon spirit inside of your body? You don't want it there. You didn't ask for it there. You go and have an exorcism and you eject. The priest performs an exorcism. So you're ejecting that demonic spirit from your body. Well, that's essentially how you're treating that poor innocent baby. You're treating it as though it's some demonic entity, some evil demon possession that's possessing you and going to run your body. It's not. It's a gift from God. It's something God has given you. So when you perform an abortion, you're basically performing a pregnancy, uh, how do you call it, um, exorcism, a pregnancy exorcism. You're exorcising the baby from your body through abortion. So that's basically what you're doing when you're having abortion. You're saying that this baby is unwanted, that, oh, I didn't ask for it, it's unwanted, I don't want this thing in my body, get it out of my body. So, and in that same sense, if you're saying you're wanting to treat the baby, you have ones that, okay, we'll look at the baby as a human. Well, I don't want this baby in my body. I want to evict it out. Okay, hold up. You're saying it's not a baby when you have the abortion and kill it. It's not a baby. But it's a baby when you're wanting rights to have it excavated or, exercise, aborted out of your body. Sorry, I'm not the best with words sometimes. But you get the point of where I'm going. That's basically what you're in reference to. You're treating that baby as if it was some demonic entity that had possessed your body, and you no longer want it in your body. You didn't want it in your body in the first place. It wasn't a matter of no longer wanting. It's you didn't want it in your body in the first place. A demon, evil demon spirit. We didn't want that in our body in the first place. It's possession. P starts with a P. Possession. So this is what you think about when the devil puts something bad in us. He puts a spirit inside of us, a bad, evil spirit that unfortunately doesn't come out in a body because the devil doesn't have that kind of power. He can't do that like God can. And you have what's called an exorcism that's performed by a priest to excommunicate. That was the word I was looking for earlier. Excommunicate that spirit out of your body that possessed you. So a baby you are aborting out of your body that got put in there causing a pregnancy. Devil, evil demon, spirit inside of you, possession. God allowing the creation of a human soul out of goodness and love. Pregnancy. See why God would have a problem with it? God is all for the exorcism to remove evil spirit from your body, because that's of the devil. But he is not okay with you through procedure removing something out of your body that he himself sent to you, that was created through love and all of that good stuff. Yeah, so God has a problem with abortion. He has a major, huge problem with abortion, and he is not okay with that. And it, in fact, directly violates his fifth commandment and his law of commandments: thou shalt not kill. Again, I know I'm not the best with words, but you get my point. I'm sure you get my point. So please, choose not to abort the baby. If you have been raped, or it's incest, or it's threatening your life, or whatever the situation is, love the baby enough. Love God, first of all. Love and respect God enough, and then love that baby enough to carry it to full term, and then give he or she up for adoption to someone that will love that baby for the rest of its life, and that can look at that baby. Now, when it comes to a point of if having this baby is a health risk, then leave it in God's hands. Take the gamble, leave it in God's hands. Trust God. If something happens to you, then it's your time to be with God in heaven. But if you make it through the birth of the baby, then you have yourself another baby. And if after that you somehow just don't want to keep the baby, okay, love it enough to give it up for adoption to someone who will. There are so many people in this world, me included, that would love for someone to just say, here, I cannot raise this baby. I love this baby enough that I brought it safely to term and delivered it into the world, but I cannot do it. I can't do it. I can't love this baby. Or I love this baby, but I can't financially support it. I can't do it. I can't make it. Okay, there's people like me that would love to take that baby. Love to. And just because I'm transgender doesn't mean I can't give a baby proper love and guidance and teach him or her properly about God, because that is bull crap. Me being trans has nothing to do with my faith and my belief in God. Clearly, that spells out right here in this video and my other videos that I've made, that my faith in God is very, very deep. And the God that I know, not this hateful, bigoted, white supremacist God that a lot of people, including these MAGA people, have been painting the picture of to everyone, because the devil is using people to get other people to turn on God. Well, they can do it to other people all they want to, but they will never, ever do it with me, because I will never turn on God, because I know the true God. I know how loving he is. I know what makes him happy and what doesn't. I know what is respectful to God and what's disrespectful to him. That's why I live my life on the basis of I wouldn't do anything to piss off God, because I'm a God-fearing woman of God, God-fearing child of God, proud of it. Any man that I talk to, I'm a single woman. Any man that I talk to, I tell him right off the bat, when we get to start talking, God is number one in my life. Number one in my life, number one in my relationship. If you have a problem with that, it's not going to work. Because God is a big, important part of my life. He has carried me through so much. He has done so much for me. He has blessed me so much. He's blessing me right now by giving me this voice to make this video and speak these feelings out, because that's how God feels. He's not okay with abortion. He's not okay with all this hate and violence and all this strife and all this senseless murder and killing, gun violence, all this spread of hatred, attacking the LGBT community when the real threats against children is public transportation or gun violence. That's the real threats. And it's being covered up by the trans community being attacked as a threat, or the LGBT community in itself is a threat. These harmless drag queens that just want to read books to children to show that they're not scary, evil monsters, and that they're capable of love and kindness and compassion and respect, and that they're not what people say they are at all. Yeah, you have your bad ones. You have bad drag queens, bad trans. You have bad gays and bad lesbians and bad bisexuals and bad whites and bad Mexicans and bad blacks and bad browns and bad yellows and bad reds. You have bad in every race, gender, creed, sexual orientation. You have bad in humans, the humanity, period. It's all over. Just because one person in that community does it, the whole community catches a bad rep for it. It's so stupid. So stupid. Because one person doesn't should not define an entire community. But it happens like that these days. Like, poor God. All these fake Christians that spew hate and say this and say that, and they say that God's about this and God's about that, and paint God to be a hateful white supremacist, judgmental, heterosexual bigot, when that is not God at all. He is very loving, compassionate. He loves and accepts everyone. Gays and trans and other people of the LGBT community were created as a test, so God could test other people. They say, oh, well, God wouldn't create someone by mistake where they're born in the wrong body. No, that's not what we're saying. What we're saying is God created us as a test. And once we've completed our life's journey of the test that we are, showing God which ones are true Christians that are loving and non-judgmental, and then showing him ones that are fake, pretend Christians because they're hateful and judgmental, bigot, white supremacist, racist. And once we've completed that mission in life for God, he rewards us through blessing by allowing us to finish and complete our transition by becoming who we were meant to be. For most, that's a man. For some, as in my case, that's a woman. And that's how it goes. That's the true explanation of it. Take the time to understand it, understand the right meaning, the right context. Learn it better. Don't sit there and assume that you think you know, and that it's what you think you know it is, when it's not that case at all. It's not. And the sooner people take the time to get to know people or things, and just get to know and understand, the much sooner the world can be. The much sooner that the hate and all that can subside and hopefully go away for good. And all the love can come back. That's why I wanted to make this video today for Memorial Day. not just to talk about abortion, but to talk about all this hate. And that all the war veterans that fought and died years ago, and all the ones that fought and died in World War II and World War I, and all the different wars that have taken place through time, all those veterans, they didn't die for a country to be full of hate, and a country where people are trying to dictate and control certain freedoms and choices. They didn't die for a country where where abortion is even considered a choice. Like they died for a country where it's freedom of choice. You have free will, you have freedom. Freedom to choose. But let me make this clear. Abortion was not one of them. Those war veterans did not fight and die for a country that would even have abortion be a choice, to even be pro-abortion. I guarantee you, almost every war veteran you come across is going to be pro-life. Ain't none of them gonna be for abortions. They all going to be pro-life. Why? Because they fought one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. But that did not include aborting your baby. That did not include spreading all this hate and false fear and all this bullcrap. That did not include any of that whatsoever at all. And I pray for this world. I pray for this world today. I pray that we all can bring God back home. If we can all collectively get together and join together, and all of us bring God into our hearts, more people can bring God into their hearts and into their homes. We can effectively bring him stronger back into our country, and we can fight all this hate, this evil, and this hateful cloud looming over our country, with all these evil things such as gun violence and abortion and this new public transportation choices that are making it easier for kids to become sex traffic victims. Things such as that Uber teen. That's not safe. That's opening up the door even wider for a child to be sex trafficked. And I'll go into that again in another video later on about public transportation. It'll be later on, a couple of videos or so down, I'm not sure, because my next video is actually going to be about banning X, which I call dark Twitter, because that social media platform, I'll get into another video over that one, as I said. So I'm going to end this video in saying, always remember, love is God. God is love. Stay blessed. Have a great night. Always remember, God loves you. And so do I. I love you. Good night.